Hi, I'm Ryan Edgar. I'm part of the January 2012 ETEC 590 graduating class, and I am putting together this tutorial to help students, current and future students, um, help them upload their final graduating projects, their final EPs to the Vista class shell. I decided to create this video because I found that current tutorials that we have at our disposal are lacking one or two steps that cause stumbling blocks for me, and I thought if perhaps they cause stumbling blocks for other students, so I would create a video using Camtasia's screen capturing software to help guide you along the process. So in order to get started, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to the httrack.com website, and from there you're going to have to go to their download section and download the appropriate version. It's just a matter of figuring out which version of the computer, or sorry, operating system that you run, and downloading the appropriate file. It's a fairly easy step. It's just a matter of figuring out which system you have for your computer. Once you've done that, you're going to want to open up httrack, and it's pretty simple from here. So what we want to do is we want to start a new project. So you're going to click on this next button, and it's going to ask you to give your project a project name. This is your website. Now you can give this any name you want. So I'm just going to put in my name, 590 EP, and I'm going to put final version so that I know this is the final version. And under the project category, I'm just going to call this education. I could give it any name I want. The base path, it tells me the location where it's going to store my uploaded file or the copy of my website. And I could change the site if I want to just by clicking on this to select a new path, but I like the fact that it's defaulting it to a page called My Websites under my C drive, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to add the URL for your website. So in order to do that, you could do one of two things. You could either click on the Add URL, or you can just type right into this box. So I'm just going to go back. Here's my ePortfolio. I'm just going to copy it and paste it right in there. So there is my ePortfolio blog title. If you copy and paste it right from the URL, you're guaranteed not to have any errors. If you try and type it in, there's a chance you could have a typing error and it won't copy properly. So I just like to copy and paste it. You don't have to worry about any of the options, so just click next and leave everything as the default, and you click finish. It just will take a second for it to completely upload. When you do, you hear that little noise there that's saying it's done. So you can hit finish and exit to exit out of it. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to actually need to go locate that. And this was the step that I stumbled on previous tutorials. And I'm going to go to my websites where it said that it had located it. And right here is Ryan Edgar's ETEC 590 EP final version. And you can tell by the date and time this is the one that I just created. Now, in order to upload this to Vista, this needs to be a compressed or zip file. And currently it's not. And believe it or not, I know I'm getting a master's in educational technology. This is where I had my major stumbling block. And then it dawned on me I simply just had to convert it to a compressed file. So to do that, in case you don't know, just right click over top of the file, and if you scroll down to the send to button, you can send it to a compressed or zip file. And it automatically makes one with the exact same title, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Again, all you need to do is just be hovering over it and then right mouse click in order to create that zip file. So now that we've created that zip file, we're ready to go. So I can X out of this, which is the my computer or Windows Explorer on my computer. And here's my blog, and I'm going to go back to our Vista shell of our class site. So from here, what we want to do is we want to go to the Assignments tab. So I'm going to double click on that. And here is the Sharing Commons Dropbox. So this is where we want to locate or upload that file to. So I'm just going to double click on it. And I'm just going to put in a note here to Frank. Hello, Frank. Attached is my final version of my EP for you. Cheers, Brian. So there we go. Now what it needs to do is it says, please add your attachment, and it's asking you to select the zip file. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that Add Attach button. We are going to click on My Computer because it's stored on my computer. And I do not want to attach either of these top two folders because they're not compressed. It has to be a zip. And if you notice, once I highlight it, it actually says .zip, so we know that's correct. I'm going to hit Open, and it uploads it. Now, here's another stumbling block, because I believe in previous tutorials it said you're supposed to submit this and then set the start page, but now we set the start page right here before we submit it. So in order to set the start page, this is basically the home page of my website, so that once we've uploaded it, and you need to tell the computer what page do you start your blog on inside of Vista, where is it supposed to start. So we're going to hit set the start page, and what we're looking for is we're looking for a page that says index.html. Everything, all the first few words of this, all the pages will be the same. Ryan Edgar's ETEC 590 EP final version, because that's the name that I gave it the title of. And here's the important thing that I'm looking for, that index.html. That's the file that I need. So I'm just going to select that one because that is going to be my starting page, and I'm going to hit select. So now if you notice right down here it says the start page is my index.html. I am ready to go, and I am going to submit it. It asks me, are you sure you want to submit this assignment? Click OK, and I'm done. Now, you think you're done, but we're not quite done. We have to do one more thing. So we're going to go to our submitted page, and we're going to go down to this sharing comments drop box, which is what I just submitted with today's date and time. And on the end tab here, this is the action link for this item. We're going to click on it, and what we're going to do here is we are going to publish the controls. What we're going to do is we're going to basically publish our site. If we do not do this, the site will not be published inside of Vista, so we need to release this or publish this. So I'm going to click on that. Now you'll notice it says republish. If this is the first time you're doing it, it will not say republish, it will say publish. But because I have published it before and I keep on submitting new versions, it's going to ask me to republish. So what I'm doing is I'm republishing my most current version. So I hit republish, and there it is. And if you want to make sure you've done it properly, all you need to go to is the publish page. And you should be able to scroll down and find your name, which is, my name is right here, has today's date and time. And if you click on it, it will have this, and if you hit the view start page, you should be able to launch your website, and here it is. And I know this is my actual website inside the Vista shell. If I click on this tab, this is my actual website external to the Vista shell. And I can tell because there's nothing in front of blogs.ubc.ca. So I'm in the actual external site. But this one is where I just launched the start page from. I'm inside the Vista shell because you'll notice of the address at the beginning it says vista.ubc.ca. So I know I'm actually viewing this through Vista. And this is what I want, so it's perfect. So that's it. I'm done. Now, one other thing that we're supposed to do, if we go back to the assignments page, is we are supposed to do the exact same thing for our EP backup Dropbox. It is the exact same process, and I'm not going to walk you through that because I've actually already done it. This is just an alternate version that I'm doing for this tutorial's sake, and I can't actually send this back to the inbox. Normally you would find that file, the EP backup box, here in this inbox. But because I've already submitted previously, I don't have access to it in the inbox. But simply it's the exact same process, and I'm just going to open it to show you because it says attachments. There's my zip file. That's what I attached. The only thing is on this one, you don't have to worry about which is the publishing feature, and you don't also have to set your start page. This is simply just all of the files that we're loading into it. So essentially what we've done is we have my original blog, which is on the blogs.ubc.ca site with all the information. We have created a common Dropbox, which is basically uploading my website to the UBC Vista shell. So there's a second version of my site. We have the EP backup Dropbox, which is just the actual files, but it's not an active version of the site. It's just the actual files. So there's a third version of the site. And as well, if you remember on the HT track website copier, we downloaded the entire site to my computer. So in actual fact, you've created 4 different versions, or actually not 4 different versions, 4 copies of the same version of your site somewhere, somehow. So you've created 2 of them in Vista, 1 of them on your actual site, and 1 of them on your computer. So the likelihood of you losing any of your content would be next to impossible, because you would need both the UBC Vista shell to crash, you would need your actual website that you created to crash, and you would need your computer's hard drive to crash because you've backed it up in all those locations. The chances of all that happening at once is, I would say, worse than winning the lottery. So you wouldn't have to worry about that too much. And the great thing about this is once I've done this, if Frank doesn't release this common Dropbox back to your inbox so you can continually upload, if you've created a newer version, all you need to do is go to it and, sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. All you need to do is if you click on this button here, you can actually say take submission back to the inbox. So you can send this folder back to the inbox, and then you can resubmit it. So if you've made an update of your site, and you've made some changes and you want those changes to be reflected inside the Vista shell, that's a way to do it. So you would take the submission back to the inbox, then re-upload it from the inbox. But that's for another day. This tutorial is to help you to get it uploaded to the Vista shell. So hopefully that will help. If you have any more questions, I say ask your instructor, ask Frank Fang, because he's been really helpful for me. Thanks very much. Good luck. I hope this helps my current colleagues and maybe some colleagues in the future. Cheers and have a good day.